hurts them, it needs to go. So take turns answering this question and take accountability for the parts of yourselves that you both need to work on.
I have to say it does not matter because I have over 100 bodies.
So just to give you a little bit of background about me, I have 4 college degrees. 4.
His brother here went to Spain to get him a piece.
Never in my life thought about passport bros, and I don't care. When I say I don't care, I just genuinely don't really care. Doing isn't what it is, which is why I'm like, you guys are so unintelligent.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
If you love your partner and you want to stay with them, then you guys really have to understand this. One of the easiest ways to kill your relationship is listening to the ways that you're hurting your partner without realizing it and not making a change. If it hurts them, it needs to go. So take turns answering this question and take accountability for the parts of yourselves that you both need to work on. What bad habits do you have during disagreements and arguments with your partner that you'd like to improve? Whether that's being really defensive or shutting down or not talking about things until they're a huge issue. Take accountability and work on it.
Now, man, I get what she's saying. And of course, guys know nice guys finish last. Of course, you need to be cordial, but being like her, a man should never act like that. You guys already know the deal. Don't crush him, but don't be too kind too.
And if you want to be instantly better in the bedroom, I want you to stop impersonating this and be more like this.
I got something to say to that, right? Let me tell you something. I feel like Jim Carrey.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Now, it depends, right? You kind of got to feel that mojo when it's flowing, right? Because sometimes it calls for you to pop, 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 pop. Sometimes it calls for you to be smooth. Now, you can do the pop, 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 pop with the smooth if you want to last a little bit. But this is not a lovemaking session. I don't know why she's giving that advice, because she's not a man, right? She's saying what she likes. Of course, a guy can't just be every time, because woman's gonna be like, I don't want that. So yes, you guys already know, right? When it comes to things like that, don't listen to a woman because she's telling you what she wants to hear, what she thinks is like that, right? But that's not the case. Women want to be slam danced, they want to be made love to. Sometimes they want that all at once, and kind of got to mix it up. Never be the same. That's the best advice I give to any guy.
I have to say it does not matter because I have over 100 bodies.
Damn!
Okay.
So, yeah.
22 years old, right?
Yes.
Over 100 bodies. Do you know exactly how much it is?
No.
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta stop it right there. Do you see how this girl looks? Now she looks like a little cupcake. So I can see why she has over 100 bodies. But man, this girl is damaged. Let me let her finish.
No idea.
Is it over 150?
I think it's less than 150 because,
okay,
like,
sure, it's over 100.
yeah.
Okay,
She belongs to the street.
got it. So body count doesn't matter.
Yeah. Whew. Some girls, man, some girls, they're young. And I said it before in one of my past videos. I'm sure some of y'all remember it, right? I said some of these girls are young, and she's being honest. That's the thing. See, this is the thing. Some of those women on that podcast right now are lying, because there's women out there. Look at her, about 150 bodies by 20. There's some women out there, 40 years old, around 30 years old, just letting guys run all through there. Raw. Yeah, like, they're tainted. Like that woman right there alone probably can never pair a bond with a man. You kind of get to that feeling when you're around him too. Like you feel like something's off, like something like it's a screw loose. You ever been around a woman and feel like there's a screw loose? You feel it, like you feel like she's dirty. Yeah, but her, she don't got that feeling yet. She's young and you can't tell. She need to slow down now and try to work it out while she's still pretty. She doesn't know though. I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to a young woman who was taught by feminism to be with everyone you can until you get older, then settle down. That's what they're taught. So some guy's gonna settle down with her when she has 10,000 bodies.
What makes you a 1% woman? That's what I was gonna ask you.
Being natural, my financials.
Are you aware that men don't care about a woman's financials? What actually makes a woman 1% woman are things that women typically don't tend to highlight. Pliant, feminine, attractive, fit, not promiscuous.
Willing to hear the words no.
Following his lead. These are things that make a woman 1%. Attraction, ladies, is not symmetrical. If I want a woman that's feminine, submissive, and attractive and cute, the woman is within her right to want a male that's masculine, dominant, and a leader. Complement each other. We're very different. The things that you want are what men want. You might say to yourself, I'm a 1% woman, but that's false. It dictates your value, not you. Men had to deal with this reality that the market dictates our value. Because guess what? If I'm broke, short, ugly, girls don't date me.
Yeah, sad to say, but true. But you know what? Men accept it more. Men accept it more. Like, as a man, I accept it if I don't get chosen by a woman, right? Because I know it's something I'm gonna need to work on. I may not be approaching them the right way. I may not be saying the right things when I approach them. Maybe I'm coming off weird, right? So, or maybe I don't have a big enough bag. Like, guys know, and guys keep hearing nowadays, guys can read the temperature of the room. They can sense it. And the temperature saying, I don't have my bag together, so I need to go out and get 2 jobs, 3 jobs. So guys are doing that. Guys are going out, and that's what I did when I was younger, right? I was 20 years old. What I did at the age of 25, I worked a job where I was making $40,000 a year, right? I was 25. I was making $40,000 a year. I had a second career where I made another, I would say about $30,000-$40,000, right? Doing marketing. So I did both of those simultaneously. I would go to work all day long for 8 hours, get off of work, make it home by 7, and work from 7 to 1 in the morning doing marketing. And the reason I did that, every day, I know I needed the bag. I wanted more freedom than just having one. Not every guy's going to go out and get 2 or 3 or triple up like some guys. Some guys have that hustler, that ambition in them. But a lot of times women wouldn't know it. Why? Because they focus on, oh, you don't make enough. You make this. And they put you in a box right away. Not knowing that guy has investments and many other things that makes him much more of a higher value than a guy making $100,000. But I guess they would have to get with that guy to find out. And most times they don't.
Hey, y'all. So I saw a tweet the other day that said Black women are tired of working, and I felt that in my spirit. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about it for a little bit. So just to give you a little bit of background about me, I have 4 college degrees. 4.
We do not care.
Including a doctoral degree, which less than 2% of people in the entire world have. And I was raised, I'm in my 40s, and I'm part of that generation of women that were raised to be strong and independent. Somewhere along the way, the strong, independent, and don't need no man part was added in. Now that's not me. That's not my testimony. I'm a Southern girl. I'm born and raised in the South, so I've never been one of those I don't need no man girls because, family and children were always important to me. However, I digress. My generation, many women in my age range were raised to be strong, independent, professional, highly educated women. And most of my circle is. Most of my circle, they're doctors, they're lawyers, they're educators. They have many degrees. They're doing quite well in life. And still, a lot of us have this in common right now. At this point in my life, 4 degrees later, professional, educated, I can say with all clarity and with all, I don't even know how to get this out of my heart right now, but let me just say this. I don't want to work anymore. I'm done. I'm tired of it. I am completely over it. Let me tell you what I want to do. I want to wake up in the morning. I want to make myself an espresso. I want to get dressed and go to yoga. Maybe do a little shopping afterwards. Definitely have brunch. Come home, cook, clean, take care of my family, take care of my man. Tomorrow, rinse and repeat. Insert Pilates instead of yoga because, I have to switch it up. Throw some volunteering in there. Of course, traveling, being a lady who lunches, a lady who shops whenever she feels like it. That's the life that I want. That is the life that I want for myself. I was raised to think completely differently. However, I've made it to the point where a life of leisure, is the life that I want to live. And I know I'm not by myself. I've had this conversation with other women who are raised like me, just as educated, and a lot of us feel the same way. It's a very interesting phenomenon, but
you live that whole life on your own. So now you want a man to come pick up the pieces. Lady, you can find someone. I'm gonna stop saying they can't find someone, but it's going to be extremely hard. Do you know what you will have to show a guy? Now, you will have to show a grown man who's established why he shouldn't pick that woman that's younger than you, that hot 20-something-year-old that is willing to do it all for a man, right? Now, but she says she's willing to do it all now, but there's always going to be some, I won't do this, I won't do that. Why? Because when you get older, you want more, you demand more, you want to do less. So she probably can find somebody. I say this, a lot of you women that are like that, go much older. But a lot of times those much older guys are checking out. But go much older, like she's 40, go 60. Go for a 60-year-old guy who's on his way out, right? That wants somebody to help him out. If that's what you want to take some vacations. But do you want that? No. You want that guy that's around my age that has the money to be able to take care of you and pay all the bills while you do whatever you want to do. That's not happening. That's probably not going to happen. And you can see on social media for years and years and years, guys have showed you it's probably not going to happen. But you don't want to hear it. But hey, I guess we're wrong, right? So this brother here went to Spain to get him a piece. Now, to get him she's white. she's super white, but I know Spain is not one of those countries that passport bros go to. I say it like this though, right? Hey, if you can find him there and she's willing to get on your program, I say go for it. That's definitely not a place though I would suggest men to go travel to. But still, if he got her, good for him.
It's so funny because I've never in my life thought about passport bros and I don't care.
Oh, here we go again.
When I say don't care, I just genuinely don't really care, but they also are trying to say that what they're doing isn't what it is, which is why I'm like, you guys are so unintelligent. And there's so many women commenting from Jamaica, Colombia, Japan, like so many women being like, we can tell who they are and we do things intentionally. But it's really funny because it's their hubris. So this is another story about my dad, not a passport bro story, just he's not that intelligent story.
Crazy.
He went on a tropical vacation. I can't remember where it was. Dominican Republic, Mexico, like something like that. And all inclusive. And my dad's the man that, like, he gets in fights at the bar all the time. Like, he's 54 years old and he'll still get in fights at bars. But this was when I was probably in high school. So this would have been like 10 years, maybe 12 years ago. He goes away on a tropical vacation and he calls us afterwards telling us, you'll never believe what happened to me. So he gets into a cab and the cab driver's like, where do you want to go? And he's like, oh, well, I want to go to a bar, like take me to a local place. Like, where would you go? So he goes where the cab driver takes him. My dad goes into the bar and he's just not a street smart person because he thinks he can fight everybody. And he goes in, of course, with his watch on, he's the man, he always walks around with wads of cash. Like, he'll have $1,000 cash in his pocket. So when he goes to pay, he'll take out the wad of cash and start going through the money and pay because he thinks it makes him look like big and important. But he did this at like a local dive bar in another country. And he got drugged and he woke up in a hospital bed, handcuffed to the bed, because in that country, like, they weren't going to let him leave without paying his hospital bill, because the people drugged him and then dropped him out, like beat him, drugged him, and left him outside of the hospital. The hospital obviously took him in, but then they handcuffed him to the bed so he couldn't leave without paying his bill. Everything was stolen from him, all his money, his jewelry, everything. But that's the thing, is that these men have hubris. They don't think it could ever happen to them. Huh? And like women, we've been taught since we were young, like, don't walk with both headphones in, walk with your keys in your hands, be mindful of who's behind you on the street when you're walking, cross the street, see if they follow you. Men haven't been taught those things because they don't think that they're in danger. So he ended up having to pay thousands of dollars in hospital bills. So like, he didn't have his IDs, he didn't have money, he had to figure out a way to get all of the cash that they wanted him to pay because they wouldn't take insurance. He didn't have his insurance card, so he couldn't call, and they wouldn't let him leave without paying.
So this is what she thinks, right? Women want to tell stories like this and think it's going to stop passport bros from wanting to travel.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
That's what they think. So you mean to tell me, right? Even if she's not talking about Colombia. She's talking about maybe somewhere else. But it could have happened there. I don't know. But so you mean to tell me, of course he asked for it. If he's going around with wads of cash, guys, don't do that. And most guys are smart. They're not like your dad. They're not going around with wads of cash trying to look important in other countries. They know they're already important because they're probably American. They're most likely American. And women are looking at them saying, I want to see what that guy's about. Not because they're thinking, I want to go to America. Because most passport bros know you can't bring him back, baby. But still, it happened, right? It happens to guys. It doesn't happen to me. You have more of a chance of getting done wrong where you're from, right? So don't let that deter you guys. Don't let women like this deter you, because they'll tell these stories to try and scare guys. And it's not working, because more and more guys are traveling, more and more guys are having success, and more guys are replacing their exes or the woman from the past with new queens, right? So I say something like this, we call it chalking it up to the game, right? And when you chalk it up to the game, anything can happen. Bad, good, you take it all as it comes, right? Because still, it's a lot more success than there are troubles. And guys realize that. I think I might name the title that. Guys realize it's more success than trouble. That's why no matter what, they're willing to travel. Because they realize.
This is the way.
Passport bros. Passport. No. It's definitely more to life than dealing with you.